Hi there folks, hope you're all well. So today I'm standing on a hilltop, and as you'll see behind me is the modern skyline of Hamilton in Lanarkshire. But I'm not here to see that. Today I'm here to show an example of Scottish extravagance, but in a French style. And you'll see what I mean when we turn round. This behind me is Chatelherault. I'll give you a wee better look. Now, pretty impressive, eh? Now, this is what you build in the mid 1700s when you've got more money than sense. And a wee bit later on you'll see what I mean. Now the property sits on the lands of the Dukes of Hamilton, and it got its name when James Hamilton, second Earl of Arran, had helped arrange the marriage between Mary Queen of Scots and Francis, who would then become later the King of France. Now he helped arrange the marriage in the mid 1500s, and for that he was granted the title of Duke de Chatelherault. Now that was a town in France, and he was granted that title as a reward for his duty. And fast forward a couple of hundred years, it would then become the name of this building behind us, which looks like a grand stately home, but is in fact a hunting lodge. Now Chatelherault was designed by William Adam. He was a famous Scottish architect. He's actually the father of the more famous Scottish architect Robert Adam. And if you look these guys up, you'll see a list of their works, but Robert Adam done some truly great work across Britain. Now, this was designed by William Adam for the 5th Duke of Hamilton. Now, it's believed that it was designed and built between the years of 1732 and 1744. Different dates are thrown out there, but it seems to have been pretty certain that it was done between those two dates. Now, like I said, it was designed to be a hunting lodge in the style of an impressive French stately home, and it is in fact just a facade. It has two buildings, left and right, and they're linked by a gateway. Now if we spin round, you'll see there's an avenue of trees just down this slope here. Now that originally ran roughly about a mile all the way down to the Duke's Palace, which is no longer there. It was demolished in the early 1900s due to subsidence caused by mining. And just off there you may well just be able to make out the mausoleum. That's where the Duke was buried. He was too good to be buried in a normal grave. But like I said, this avenue of trees originally went all the way down to the palace, and I think it was planned around about 1708 before Chatelherault was even built. This section here just in front of us isn't original. As you'll see, the trees aren't really mature and of age. This area in front of me was actually from the late 1800s up until the 1970s, the site of extensive sand quarrying. And as you'll see, this slope here, this is what they took out, probably up to the line of these parks here, just on the brow. So the trees you see in front of us are just basically a later addition to help reproduce the scene. Now we'll go in and have a wee look round about the building. Don't think we'll be able to get inside. You normally can, but due to the COVID restrictions, we'll probably be restricted just to the outsides. Now, being a hunting lodge, it was intended to be the kennels, the stables, and also provide accommodation for hunting parties, which would have consisted of the Duke of Hamilton and his well-to-do guests. And William Adam, the designer, had actually jokingly referred to the building as the dog kennel, and it had been said that the Duke had a more impressive dog kennel than most of the Dukes in France's houses. But like I said, I think the guy had a bit more money than sense. But just behind this wall here, there's the impressive Georgian gardens. They're well restored. We'll go and see if we can have a wee look inside. Now, if you ever go inside the buildings themselves, you'll see some lovely examples of Georgian interiors. You'll see the window shutters with the carvings on the surrounding frame and panel. Now we're in the gardens behind the facade itself. You'll see there's tons of these yew trees, which are really beautiful. You'll see the building just over there, and more yew trees in there. There's all wee herb gardens and stuff like that in here. Here's just a wee look in the garden area with the hedges. Now these yews here look like Irish yew. Now they'd done an archaeological study in the gardens when they were restoring it, and they found evidence of large flower borders and flower beds round about the walls. Now they don't know exactly what flowers were or plants were grown in the garden, but the ones they've got planted in it today are ones that are known to have been commonly used back in the 1740s in similar gardens. But that's nice. It's rather busy today. It's one thing this COVID is good for. It's certainly getting people out of their houses and getting them to explore places that they wouldn't normally go. Can be a wee bit of a pain in the backside for filming, but generally it's a good thing. I'll give you a wee look. Now every so often round about you'll see these signs on the wall. They give a little bit of information on this particular one. It says many of the plants in these borders were grown for medical use. Most of the plants can be found wild in Britain and Europe, and their uses has been passed on through the ages. A great many of these plants are still in use in modern medicines. So a lot of these borders here are basically containing herbs that, like it said, had been used for centuries or even millennia for medical purposes. Now, this bit here, you'd normally be able to go in and there's a wee museum, gift shop, and general sort of tourist information. Also there is sometimes an art gallery with various exhibitions, local art, paintings, photographs, etc. It's used for other purposes as well, but it's well worth a wee visit. And also there's a lot of walks just down below us here. We can hear the Avon, the River Avon, and there's a lot of walks through the woodland, which I'll probably go down and have a wee look. Now this is just round the left hand side of the buildings, or the left hand side if you're looking on it from the front. This would have probably been the kennel in the stable area. Yeah. As you'll see here on the wall, the stable suite. It's good that it survived.